sorry, kids. I don't believe in fairy tales. Let's get high. Fuck the prime time, bitch!
All right, welcome back to Fright Night Flicks. You're here with Dan and Darren, your go-to horror movie review podcast.
What's up, guys?
What is up, everybody? Everybody. There we go. Everybody. What's up, guys? Tonight we are reviewing A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, The Dream Warriors.
In the name of Loris, Prince of Elves, demon be gone!
Dude, we got some real legit Dream Warriors in this one.
We haven't talked at all about it, but we're going to get into it.
Dude, when I was reading that this is going to be the next one we're doing, I saw Dream Warriors and I got excited and then I got worried. So then I think I was justified in being a little bit worried.
Yeah, I'm really curious how you thought about this. We haven't spoken at all, and it's interesting. Okay, but let me just jump into it. So this was made in 1987. We're going to start out. You guys know how we do it. We break this whole thing down, finish with our final review, go some interesting stuff at the end. Before we start, special thanks to a new patron, Harriet.
Thank you, Harriet.
Harriet, thanks for joining up. We appreciate having you. So if you guys wondering, what does Harriet get? Because she became a Patreon member.
Sure.
She gets...
I can't wait to hear.
We do a bonus monthly episode every month. We get early access to episodes, ad-free episodes. We even do some extra little videos on the side, get access to Discord, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what you get. And thanks to our other patrons as well.
And I'm just going to make this quick. If you don't want to become a patron, totally fine. But if you leave us a review, greatly appreciated. We'll read it on here. We have no new reviews. So we're just going to jump straight into the movie.
We would, but hold on. I got a little bone to pick here. We got to get the Apple reviews up. We need your help in doing that.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability. Can you please, if you have the time, go to Apple, leave a 5-star, just click the 5 stars. That's good enough. That's all.
Yeah. You don't even have to write anything. Just click 5 stars.
Go Fright Night Flicks, scroll down to the reviews, click 5 stars. That's all. Done.
All right. So let's get into the movie. So this is about a psychiatrist familiar with the knife-wielding dream demon Freddy Krueger, who helps teens at a mental hospital battle the killer who is invading their dreams.
Yeah.
Pretty much nails it. This is directed by Chuck Russell. Writers, okay, we got Wes Craven back
on board, dude. We needed him. Last one was a dud.
Yeah, and it's the normal stars. We got Robert Englund playing Freddy. Same old thing.
By the way, it's funny. I enjoy seeing different people's opinions of these movies because I'll look in the comments and the last one, I didn't like it all. But there's some people, it was their favorite movie.
Really?
Well, I don't know, favorite. They liked it though. Yeah.
I feel like this is a favorite.
This is interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah, I feel like this is a fan favorite. I could be wrong. We don't even know.
Hey, hold back on initial impressions.
It's true. That's true. All right. So the tomato meter audience gave it 68. Hey, it's split and 68 from the audience.
That's rare.
Usually a good sign when they match.
Yeah. I guess. I don't honestly, I don't. Is it really a good sign?
Well, I don't know. Let's get into our initial impressions.
Yeah, dude, this is a different one. I don't even know totally how I feel. You know what? Actually, I do. I think this was fun. It was a fun watch.
Hey, this isn't final impressions. This is initial impressions.
Yeah, okay, initial impressions. I thought it was an interesting one. Here's what I liked. I liked the way Freddy was in this. We got a real strong personality Freddy.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back.
He started dropping the bee bombs out there.
Dude, he loves the word bitch. He says it all the time.
I mean, it's hilarious. I why is he like that?
I don't know, but he loves saying it.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was a really good actually, I guess it's I don't know, initial final impressions. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun watch. It was goofy though.
Okay, so I'm going to cut you off because I feel like you're just going to give your final review. You're having a little trouble.
I have a hard time going between the two.
Hard time talking while drinking and eating ice as well.
Well, sometimes ice slips out of the cup top.
So first thing, I was a little concerned because I'm not a fan of mental hospital movies.
We both don't like those.
Yeah, there's been some other series like the Friday the 13th mental hospital episode. Did not enjoy that.
Well, no, it's depressing by nature. It's I feel sad for those people.
Now, the difference here, though, I think it played really well, and I actually liked it because they brought like characters that, I'm going to be honest, none of them seem like they really have mental problems. They just have nightmares.
Well, they have a Freddy problem.
They have a Freddy problem.
They basically got everyone who's dealing with Freddy together, which actually made it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I watched this a couple times through. It interested me the whole time. I mean, there's some spectacular kills, and Freddy goes above and beyond in this one.
Yeah, I thought this so far my favorite Freddy I've seen. I mean, I just love when he drops the B on him. It's just so funny. 'Cause I'm just like, when did Freddy get this attitude and why?
He's spicy.
It's my favorite
I don't
version.
know, maybe it was when he got burned alive and turned into a demon.
That'll do it to you. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's start with the movie. So we start with an Edgar Allan Poe quote, which I actually liked. Sleep, those little slices of death, how I loathe them.
Yeah, you like it so much. Why don't you explain what that means?
You know, it's like, who wants to sleep? You're wasting time in your dreams. You know what I mean? I loathe sleep. I want to stay awake.
All right, that was good enough. All right.
Little slices of death, like, because we're all going to be asleep eternally one day, right? So we're just taking little slices of death.
Depends if you're a believer or not, Dan.
That is true. That is true. All right, let's start out with our main character. We meet Kristen, okay? What you have to know about Kristen? Troubled by bad dreams. It's Freddy. Mom's not a great person, is what it is. Eats coffee grounds to stay awake.
Yeah, dude, just slamming those grounds. I've been at a low point where I thought about doing that as well. Once you start sniffing, though, that's when you've gone overboard.
Snorting coffee grounds. Bad sign.
Dude, you know who she reminds me of?
No.
She reminds me of the I almost said telepathy. The girl who can I don't know what it's called.
Telepathy?
Yeah, is it telepathy? Could control things with her mind in the Jason movie.
I can't even remember what that girl looks like.
It looks just like her. Anyways, I thought you'd make a connection, but apparently not.
No, dude, we watch so many movies. It's like my brain gets like melds everything.
Dude, yeah, we have watched a lot. So
she also makes a paper mache house. Like, it starts as paper mache, but turns into a full scale model of a house, which it has like a lot of meaning in this movie. Like, it's going to be around a bit, but it's basically Nancy's old house from the first movie.
That's what I was going to say. It's a creepy looking paper mache house as well.
Well, the house is kind of creepy.
She did a good job, though. It was a good construction.
We're going to spend some time in that house in this movie.
Sure.
So, all right. So Kristen immediately starts off with a dream world, and we get the iconic, and I believe the better 1-2 Buckle My Shoe song.
7, 8, stay up late, 9, 10, again.
The better, yeah. This one was ended Freddy's After You. Wait, 1-2's Freddy's After You. What's
Freddy's
the 9?
Coming for You.
1-2 Freddy's Coming for You. What's 9, 10 in this one?
I don't know.
Because I've been waiting for the 9, 10 Freddy's back again. That's like my favorite version of it. 9, 10 Never Sleep Again is what this one is. Boom, nailed it.
All right.
It is a good version. It is, but it's not my favorite.
Fact check that. Fact check that. So the kids are jumping ropes, super creepy. They're outside of Nancy's old house. It's abandoned, and it looks just like disheveled.
Yeah, and if you're just jumping in, Freddy killed these kids. That's the idea, right? They're trapped, I guess. I don't know. They're spirits.
Freddy murdered a bunch of kids. We'll get into this movie. Kind of goes over more of the backstory too.
Yeah, dude. That's what's so good about this movie, though. Not only is Freddy scary, just these little kids. Why are kids so creepy? They are, though, right?
Well, when they act super creepy, yeah. Because normally kids are like, carefree, fun. So it's like when they're like strange and act like they have this weird, strange behavior.
It's almost like
creeps
slow
you out.
motion too, right? But it's terrifying.
The jump, yeah.
Even though you could probably take them all if you had to.
They're not even the creepiest part because there's the little girl that rolls up on a tricycle.
Yeah, the tricycles. Yeah,
something about the tricycle too.
Well, it goes back to The Shining for us. One of our favorite scary movies.
True.
Yeah, little Danny riding around that little through the
Yeah.
halls.
Then we have Saw, where Jigsaw's on a tricycle.
That was just cute though.
Yeah,
Is he really on a tricycle?
At some point, he is.
I feel like that was in a movie. It must be true. I've forgotten that movie.
You're right. Was that like a scary movie or something? They did that.
I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
We'll eventually watch Saws, I'm sure.
Okay. So Kristen's in her dream world. She ends up following this tricycle girl into the house, down to the furnace room, and the kid delivers just a line to her. This is where he takes us. Freddy's home.
Freddy's home.
Bum, bum, bum. Kristen ends up like grabbing the girl, gets chased down by Freddy, like ends up in sludge, barely moving. As Freddy closes in, she ends up escaping to like a hanging room where it's like a bunch of kids that are all just like hanging.
Yeah, wait, I want to say this though. I do love how Freddy, when he messes with people in the dreamland, I love when he just turns like, again, like the ground turns to sludge. He did that with the stairs before they turned like to marshmallowish. It's just so bizarre. I love how he just changes the world on you. Like, what the heck just happened? Like, what is this?
It's also like common dreams you have where these strange dreams where you can't move. You know what I mean? Everyone's had those.
Or it's like, I've had the one where I'm fighting, but my fists are like pillows where like they do no damage.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So he knows what scares people.
It's true. Really tapping into that deep fear.
Yes. So anyway, she's in this hanging room. She hears the little girl and she's holding, she looks down. The girl's just like a charred remained skeleton in her arms. And I have to say, great start to the movie.
Great start. Also hilarious if you watch it because that was clearly a doll she was holding half the time. It just made me laugh. It did not look like a little girl at all.
Oh, I didn't
It was
notice that.
clear doll. But no, yeah, it was a good first haunt. Good job, Fred.
Yep. Well, it's not really over though.
Oh yeah. Well, this is okay. Again, classic move of Freddy, the fake out haunt.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't, even at the end sometimes you're like, was this a dream or not? This one, I don't think I had that, but multiple times throughout, you're like, okay, are we back or are we not?
Right.
So anyways, she wakes up, goes to the bathroom, grabs the faucet, which actually grabs her hand. Freddy appears in the mirror. Faucet turns into claws, slice her wrists. Now Kristen's in a mental institute.
Well, yeah, that was great though. The faucet like turning into a hand with claws. Again, a Freddy version of the faucet. And now she's in a tough spot because it looks like she just slit her wrist. Like people aren't going to believe the faucet. Like you can't explain that away.
Yeah, that's like Freddy's thing is that he makes you look like you're trying to kill yourself.
Especially in the last two, he's really got into setting you up.
Yeah.
He's big into the setups.
Yeah. All right. So Kristen goes to the mental institute. Now we got to meet the staff. All right. So we have Dr. Gordon. He's going to be a main character. He's in charge of the institute. Nancy's going to return. So Nancy is the one who escaped from the first movie.
Well, we're just giving it away like that?
Yeah. Well, she's here.
My mouth dropped when I saw that. Because we thought Nancy was, after the first movie, Nancy was the final girl. She survived, I guess, because at the end of the movie, it looked like Freddy probably killed her, but you know, she took off in the car with the top was Freddy's sweatshirt colors. I don't know.
Okay.
But there was really not much mention of her in part 2, and now she's back. She's like done her research. She's a doctor.
Yeah, she's like a sleep expert, like breaking ground in the field.
Yeah.
So
I
she's
was shocked though.
making waves.
Yeah, I just didn't expect her in the movie. I was like, oh my God, she's back. I was pretty stoked. I like Nancy.
Oh, it's a good touch, and she does really well in this movie until the end.
Well, we'll see.
We also have Lawrence Fishburne.
I saw that too. I was like, what the heck? A young Lawrence as a nurse or something?
Morpheus is here.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? That's like what I think of him. It's like Morpheus.
Well, I mean, I think that's the biggest role
I don't know. Do you want to put your name on that?
I don't, because I'm not a movie historian, one might say.
So he has like a small part. He's kind of like an orderly, good character though. And then we have
Nice
Dr.
guy.
Sims, who's another doctor, kind of the antagonist in the hospital. Not necessarily like a bad person, just doesn't understand.
Wait, that's not, who's this?
That's the woman doctor.
Oh, okay. I would say Dr. Gordon, he reminds me of like Bill Maher.
Oh, he does look like Bill Maher.
The whole time I'm like, that is a Bill Maher looking dude.
He looks very much like him.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, also there's one other person in this facility you need to know about, and it's the meth addict orderly, because he just wants to do meth with the kids.
Got the keys to heaven, baby. A night at Club Meth.
He just comes out of nowhere, right? I only remember seeing him like once when he tries to do meth with someone, then bounces.
Yeah.
All right, well.
That was it. Yeah, I just like that scene because I'm like, wow, this guy just wants, and he like says he wants to do meth.
I appreciate a guy who likes to party.
That's not my type of partying, but
No, I'm not mine either. Just want to be clear. Never done meth.
So we learn the town's plagued by these teen suicides. They're happening all over the place. Kristen's having like a full blown meltdown. Nancy ends up like bonding with her over the 1-2 song.
Not him. Never
sleep again.
So we're going to meet like a bunch of kids in this institute. Now, I wanted to point something out, okay? We'll go over the characters like as we meet them. And honestly, a lot of them are done a huge part. So it is what it is. But did you notice Joey? Like, this really confused me. So when I first met Joey's going to be the kid that he's like a mute.
Yes.
He can't speak. And he's kind of a bigger character throughout the movie. But when I first saw him, I thought he was going to be the bad boy because it looked like he had a teardrop tattoo. Did you see this? Like, do you see it right here?
It does look like he has a tear. Is that just a birthmark?
No, it's gone later on, and I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's weird.
Like, I never saw it again, but he has like a teardrop tattoo. So I was like,
maybe Freddy killed one of his friends.
Well, and then there's a thing with him and a nurse. Like, they have like a little bond, and that comes into play later. But like, so I thought he was like the bad boy because he was quiet. I didn't realize he was mute. But then the teardrop, I'm like, oh, he's like a gang
He's
member.
taking someone out. I don't know. That's weird.
Anyways, that is a thing. So whatever. Okay.
Thank you for doing that research.
Yeah,
that's a weird catch.
I know. Well, I saw it and it just threw me off when it was gone. So anyways, Kristen now falls asleep at the psych ward when a bloody melting tricycle rolls into the room. Tricycle again, terrifying.
Yeah.
Boom. She's back in the house being Nancy's old house. That's again, a lot of the movies in their psych ward are the old house.
Right.
Which is dream world. You know what I mean? So she ends up on a bloody rug. Now, okay. This is going to get interesting.
Okay.
It turns into like a worm. It's like a Tremor situation where we got a rug worm that goes through under the rug, then goes into the walls. And then it takes a dark turn because a massive Freddy comes out and tries to eat her.
Okay, well, I can't put that in there.
You didn't, dude, this is a thing.
Oh, really?
This is a thing.
It's supposed to be Freddy Wiener?
Dude, look at it. Everyone thinks that. That's like a thing with this movie.
That is weird. I mean, I just thought Freddy turned into a Tremor.
Did he?
What's up, guys? Had to do a quick editor's note here. I don't know how I missed it, but Dan was totally right. This thing is straight out of the Mushroom Kingdom, if you know what I'm saying. All right, back to the show. This part is bizarre, though, because the fact that he just then starts, like, swallowing her.
Yeah, so we'll call him a worm.
Oh, yes.
So the worm comes out and starts eating her like at her feet. You know what I mean? Just like terrifying.
Right.
Like very disturbing scene. That's not even the weirdest thing though.
No.
Because we're about to get Nancy blending into this dream. So it just so happens Nancy's at Kristen's house where there's that paper mache house that Kristen made. And she hears Nancy scream.
Wait, Nancy's at
Kristen.
What do you mean Nancy's at her old house?
No, Nancy's at Kristen's house, who has a paper mache house of Nancy's.
It's weird.
When Kristen is in a dream in Nancy's house, it gets really confusing. But long story short, Nancy falls asleep and ends up teleported into Kristen's dream.
Well, it looked like Nancy just like fell into the chair and then she just disappeared, is what it looked like.
Into the dream.
Yeah, into the dream.
Yes.
So now they're in a shared dream experience, which is going to be a theme throughout the movie.
This is a theme. So Nancy goes in, she stabs the Freddy worm, and they end up coming face to face, like her and Freddy. So like the acknowledgement that like she's back and they're battling again. Then Kristen and Nancy wake up. They end up meeting back up at the hospital. They acknowledge that this really happened, because at first you're like, is this even real? Is that really Nancy? No, it's real. Like they can merge dreams.
I know. Well, and we're going to find out that Kristen has this special ability.
Yeah, she has the ability. She's known it since a kid that she can pull people into her dreams.
I mean, how bizarre. To me, there's a lot of this stuff happening where it's like, this stuff should be a bigger deal, but it kind of just all gets kind of brushed under. It's like, okay, she can pull me into dreams and she can pull other people. Okay, we're just going on with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, I'd say that's an insane thing. Have you ever shared a dream? I feel like we might have once. I don't know. I feel like we're in a dream together.
Don't come in my dreams.
Oh, dude,
I see you enough. All right. So the kids all meet. We have a group meeting. They do a lot of these group meetings in this movie. And basically we acknowledge they all have dreams of Freddy together.
Okay, group's in session.
Straight talk only.
The fact that we all dreamt about this guy before we ever met doesn't seem to impress anybody.
We could call this the Dream Warrior meetings. Yeah. It's where the club meets up.
The Dream Warriors, yes. And you may be wondering, why are they Dream Warriors? We're going to get to it. It's a great part of this movie.
I'm going to be honest. It's like my favorite part.
I can't wait to talk about it.
I can't wait to hear what your superpower would be. I can read really fast.
Dude, save it. We'll get to it. So Nancy and Dr. Gordon meet up and we get some more Nancy backstory. She talks about her mom. So her mom did die in her sleep. She got killed by Freddy in the first movie. Her dad and her had a falling out. They're kind of estranged now. Nancy wants these kids to take... Okay, that's the backstory. But Nancy now is telling the doctor she wants to use this experimental drug called Hypnosil, apparently to let them sleep but not dream or something. I don't even really understand it.
Well, because she obviously was haunted by Freddy. So the whole problem with this movie, well, the problem they have to address is the fact that Nancy was in the first movie and she's been gone for a while. Like, how is she not being haunted by Freddy? Well, it's because she's taking the miracle drug Hypnosil.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, she's taking that. So she wants to give it to the kids so they don't have these dreams because the kids are going to start getting picked off.
Yeah, this is like becomes a big part of the movie, but did they ever take it?
Okay, that's where it gets a little weird. She was taking it, but then she gets kind of dragged in the dream, so I don't really know how that makes sense. I don't know.
The whole drug part, I don't really understand. It doesn't seem like it happens. I don't know.
There is a part where, well, here's what I know for sure. She has been taking it, and she wanted to get the kids on it. It sounded like they were going to start doing it, but it was confusing on whether that happened or not. Probably not, because they all end up getting pretty haunted, we'll say. I like to call it a haunting by Freddy.
All right, a haunting is going to occur.
I don't know what else to call it.
I mean, that's fine.
Are you okay with that?
We can call it a haunting.
All right.
Okay, back at the hospital, we got a sleeping kid, which we all know is a problem. All right, Freddy's about to step it up again because he turns into a claymation type puppet.
Dude, this is awesome.
I did love that little Freddy doll thing.
Oh, it was so great.
Yeah, he walks around, but I wish I could have had a lot more of it. He's only does it for like 10 seconds.
I wish he would have stayed in the puppet body and killed the kid.
Agreed.
Because that was awesome, but what he did was actually really good as well.
It was pretty disturbing. So he goes life size, cuts up the kid's arms and legs, pulls his tendons out, and makes him a puppet.
Dude, this is gnarly. This is some dark stuff.
This to me reminded me like of a Hellraiser type stuff.
That popped in my head too, but I'm like, I've never even seen that movie, so I don't know.
It's
like Event Horizon type darkness. You know what I'm saying?
It's Hellraiser. Hellraiser totally does this type of stuff.
Freddy is controlling this kid like a puppet, but he's using his tendon, so it's like you could see it stretched out, and the kid's just like stuck being controlled. It is just a weird, dark scene.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was gnarly. So he ends up taking him to like the top floor of the hospital and he's standing at like a window about to jump. Well, I'm going to be honest. He's at the top story.
You can be honest with him.
Yeah. Freddy is like looming over as a giant puppet master and he makes this kid jump off and kill himself, right?
Right.
Now, the irony here is that two kids actually witnessed this and tried to help. The problem is one of them's a paraplegic and can't move.
That was tough.
The second one is Joey, who's a mute. So he ran to help people or to the nurses to get help, but he couldn't tell them what's going on. So the poor kid had no chance.
I mean, that is pretty funny. They chose those two. I'm sure that's for a reason because guess what? I mean, whatever. I won't spoil the Joey storyline.
Yes, come on.
But dude, yeah, how terrifying is that though? That now Freddy, he's haunting all these kids, and he's gonna show them what he can do by throwing the kid off the freaking top of the roof.
Yeah, I mean, and like seeing him looming over the hospital as a puppet master just looked cool.
Because he is. He's controlling them all.
He really is.
You're in Freddy's game now, bitch.
Stupid. So after the death, Dr. Gordon decides to prescribe that miracle drug Hypnosil, to which Dr. Sims is absolutely flabbergasted. Can't believe that. So these are the two doctors. She can't believe he would like give such a drug. It just seemed like overkill. Again, they talk a lot about this drug. I don't even know if it was ever used in this movie.
Right.
So anyways, basically this whole time, Dr. Gordon is slowly trusting Nancy. Their relationship's building there.
Yeah, the guy doctor is kind of getting on board that like this Freddy situation is really happening because that's the whole story here. The kids are trying to get everyone to believe that Freddy's haunting them. right? And he's real. No one believes him except for obviously now Nancy does. We're bringing Dr. Gordon on, and the female doctor, she never believes it.
Yeah, that's Dr. Sims.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
I mean,
I'm not going to remember that.
The fact that every one of these kids has the same dream and are terrorized by the same person, for some reason that doesn't set off some weird alarm, you know?
Yeah, like wouldn't you think there's something at least going on? I mean, I don't know that I would believe that Freddy's actually real, but at least I would believe there is something bigger. I don't know.
Okay. All right. We got to move on because we got to talk about Jennifer, because Jennifer just wants to watch some late night TV.
Oh, dude, this is Freddy's most like savage move.
Dude, this is good.
Let me just set this up. This is savage because Freddy knows how much she cares about about being a star.
She wants to be a movie star.
And Freddy knows this. So think about this as we go into what happens next.
Yes. So she's watching some old talk show. Again, this is set back in 87 when this came out. Like, you don't have all these options. You don't got YouTube and all that. You got to click through channels. So she finds some old talk show. When Freddy takes over, he's in the show as the host, which I did like that move.
That's great.
Yeah. So then the TV turns to static. So Jennifer has got to get a little bit closer to inspect what's going on with this TV. Well, that's when problems start because Freddy actually turns into the TV. Like his head comes out the top, the TV's his body, and he's got arms. He grabs Jennifer, lifts her up, and then he gives his most savage line ever. Do you want to say it?
No, drop it.
Welcome to primetime, bitch. It's more like, welcome to primetime, bitch. Like, he says it in such a way.
And he grabs her and shoves her head through the TV. Game over.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Yes. Okay.
I just love it. It's just such a savage move for Freddy to do.
Such a great line, too. Welcome to primetime, bitch.
You wanted to be a star. Now you are. Now you're in the TV, literally.
Okay. Now, I do have to say, though, this death should have triggered every one of the hospital staff. Like, there's something crazy going on.
I thought the same thing. Guys, the TV is like 10 feet in the air. And she's like shoved into it. Like, there's no way you could do that on your own.
She would have to have like jumped, which I don't think she had the athletic ability to do this, with enough force to break the screen, but yet get her head lodged in and hold herself up, being like a foot or two off the ground.
Yeah, the athletic ability she does not possess to do that.
Now, Kristen in Dream World maybe could do it.
Yes. We'll get there. Guys, we got some exciting stuff coming up here.
Yes. Anyways, I just think that was a great kill. Again, Freddy, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. So now jump to the funeral. Dr. Gordon's there and he sees a nun. All right. So they meet up. He meets this nun and she gives him basically the plan to get rid of Freddy, that the unquiet spirit must be laid to rest. And then she disappears. Like
Right.
this nun is like there for a second, then she's gone.
It's pretty obvious she's ghostly in nature.
Yeah.
She's a ghost. I'm just going to say it. She's a ghost.
Yeah, she is a ghost.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So after the death, Dr. Gordon now fully trusts Nancy and they schedule another group meeting with the kids. Nancy confronts the kids with the truth about Freddy. So we get a little backstory. Freddy's a child murderer. 6 years ago, he killed all Nancy's friends. Their parents, all these kids' parents, are part of the group that actually killed Freddy. They are the last of the Elm Street kids.
Yeah, so Freddy really is just getting revenge.
Yeah.
Why just you know what? I'm not going to get too deep into it. I just want to point this out. He could just kill the parents. You know what I'm saying?
He could.
But he seems to be going for just the kids.
He does like to murder kids, though. But
Maybe
even
it's
with
like
his,
a mind thing, like a weaker child's mind. You're more susceptible to such things. I don't know.
I don't know, but he really, when we hear his backstory, he should want to kill adults, I think.
Well, I mean, I think he'd be mad at the people that set him on fire.
Well, before that, even with his mother. We'll get into it. Okay. I don't want to jump ahead. So anyways.
His mother, you say?
So Kristen is the key to all this, okay? Because she's able to bring people into her dreams. Like she's going to be able to battle Freddy with a group. And by the way, I do like that they're the last of the Elm Street kids. I did like that there's a bigger thing going on. They're not just random kids being haunted by Freddy.
And it is fun that there's this group that's banding together now to fight. I like the group thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cool.
Okay, so Dr. Gordon sets up some sleep hypnosis and he puts everyone in the room to sleep. So it's Dr. Gordon, Nancy, and then all the kids, Kristen, all of them. At this point, the movie does kind of shift from like Kristen being the like main character to Nancy kind of being the main character.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyways, they all try to go to sleep, but it doesn't work and they wake right up. Of course, it's a fake. So Joey sees the nurse he's crushing on down the hall, right? So she kind of She coaxes.
No, that's not right.
She gets him to
coaxes.
she gets him to go into this room with her alone, and she confesses to Joey that she likes him too.
Right.
And there's more to this. Okay. Meanwhile,
wait, we're on the same page. We're all in a dream now. We all know that Joey's a little confused. But...
Well, they didn't know it, but at the same time, the group figures out that it's a dream at the same time. So Joey left. They all thought they were awake, but then the group realizes it's just a dream.
Okay.
But Joey doesn't really know that.
He should, because, well.
Okay.
All right.
But let's just jump ahead because this is what we're dying to talk about.
Oh, God, I can't wait.
This is where we learn that in the dream world, we all have special powers.
All of you have this inner strength, some special power.
Okay, let me say this first. This movie's called Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm like, dude, they're going to get some power. You know, they're going to fight, obviously. That's the implication. Fight Freddy in the dreams. I can't wait to see what these superpowers are. Because this is Dream World. There's no boundaries. You're in a dream.
Okay, well, let's start off with the first one that actually does have some powers.
Okay, and let's say this. Apparently they went the route of you can't just make up your power. This is something you're given, right? Like you just happen to have this type of power in the dream world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you might be a head smasher or something. I would be a Superman type.
Oh my God. You'd be an idiot. You'd be the court gesture. I can say stupid jokes.
At least I'm making everyone laugh.
Okay, so the paraplegic kid, in his dreams, he can walk. At first, I thought that was his power. And I was like, wow, really didn't go too far.
I forgot it wasn't. You're right. I was like, we just got normal ability.
Yeah. No, he's a wizard master. Because he's into like D&D or something, he's a wizard master. So that actually does have some power.
I am the wizard master.
Yeah, I gotta say too, these are corny, but I do kind of, and we're gonna get to some stupid ones, but I do kind of love it. I kind of love it.
Well, let's just get to some stupid ones because Kristen can do gymnastics.
The Kristen is like the main character. Her big power is she can do backflips.
Yeah, she's a gymnast in her dreams.
It's like a parkour person.
It's just like,
hey,
okay.
Which does come in handy when Freddy's going after her. She is able to flip away at times.
Yeah, she's got a couple moves, but all right. Kincaid is the strong one. He just can break, or he's just strong. That's all there's to it.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
Not even like super strong, just really strong, I would say.
Well, it made me laugh because his show of strength is bending the legs of this like cheap chair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, people can do that in real life. That's not like unless I'm wrong. It did look like a heavily enforced chair.
All the rest of these gymnastics being strong, and our last one here is all just like normal. Well, let's just get to the last one. She may be my favorite. I don't know. Karen, her thing is that she's beautiful and bad in the dream. So she's like a punk rock chick with like a mohawk, and she carries switchblades.
In my dreams, I'm beautiful and bad.
That's her power.
That's not even a superpower.
That's her power. She carries switchblades.
They're not even big either.
That's not even her. It's really just a persona change.
Yeah. You could do that in real life if you so choose to do that.
It's like JoJo Siwa.
Yeah. She chose to be a bad girl. That is what she looked like.
Yeah, it was like JoJo in there.
Dude, these are the stupidest superpowers.
They're
so bad.
But they're so bad that honestly they're good.
Well, because you know what? You know why I think they chose these? I thought a lot about this, of course, and I'm like, I don't think they had the budget to do anything cool, and visual effects probably were more expensive to do. So they're like, yeah, we'll just make this one strong. We'll just hire somebody to do backflips. We're just gonna change your costume and give you some knives.
It's something else. Okay, but we got to get back to Joey because his dream. It's getting hot and heavy.
Yeah, Joey's with a hot nurse.
Yeah, so we see Joey isn't just having a normal dream here. He's about to have a wet dream.
What if that was it? He just woke up.
That was the best dream I've ever had.
That is one way to wake up from a Freddy dream.
So the nurse he's with now she gets totally topless and
Right on Splash Mountain. Sorry, I had that chamber.
All right, so the nurse gets topless, and I mean, whew,
She was good looking. She
she was good looking.
Yeah.
So she ends up laying down on Joey. They start making out, but she gives him the tonguing of a lifetime. Like they're making out. This tongue, it's disgusting. It gets to like a foot long, and it's like going down his throat. You know?
It's so gross.
Yes, as you know, this is not the nurse. This is Freddy.
Okay, I love this. Because if you think about it through Freddy's perspective, Freddy was pretending to be a girl kissing this boy. I mean, well, there's some problems here. That's how demented this dude is, you know? He will go the extra mile to really fake it.
He did a pretty good job faking too.
I mean, he may have liked it. I don't know.
So next thing we know, Freddy's got him strapped to a bed, and he delivers to him one of the coldest lines. "What's wrong, Joey? Feeling tongue-tied."
What's wrong, Joey? Feeling tongue-tied?
That works on multiple levels. One, he's tied up by the tongue. The tongue tied him to the bed. Two, Joey's mute. He can't speak.
Dude, that's brutal.
That's a brutal line.
That's what I'm saying. I love this version of Freddy, dude. Just a savage. And hey, dude, I want this out of Killers. I'm telling you, they got to bring this guy back. You can make Freddy movies now with this attitude.
Dude, we haven't watched all these movies. We have no idea.
Well, I can tell you right now, there hasn't been a Freddy in years.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, maybe they just ran its course, you know?
And there's no way you could run this thing. Just keep running it back.
Do you want to talk more about that, or can we?
No, we can go on.
The rest of the group realizes Freddy has Joey, okay? So at this point, they're still in the dream. Joey's with Freddy. They're still in like their room, right? And now this is where we realize that their superpowers don't do shit. Because they're in a dream. They realized all their powers, but they can't do anything. They're trapped in a room, and like they can't do anything because the room got really hot. They couldn't get out.
I'm going to be honest. I don't even remember them using, other than Kristen jumping away from Freddy. I don't even remember their powers coming into play.
Well, they all have a showdown. We'll get to it. I've
already forgotten that.
So Mrs. Sims, that other nurse, comes in, or doctor, I don't know what she is. She comes in, wakes up the whole group, except for Joey, because Joey now is in a coma because Freddy has him in his dream world.
Right.
Sims ends up ratting out Gordon and gets him fired, him and Nancy. Because they use this experimental drug, they get fired. Done.
Yeah, and one thing that was interesting, so all that happened when Gordon, the doctor, put him in the dream state. What was even the purpose of that?
With what?
Like, why did he even put him in a dream state?
Here's the thing. They really didn't plan anything out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they even got their powers, but then it was just like, all right, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, that was the thing. They didn't like explain how they're going to use them to conquer Freddy. There was no real talk.
Well, because the problem is, too, Freddy will... here's the reality. You can't fight him like that. He'll just split you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. We'll get to it. So Gordon now, he's fired. He goes to leave the hospital, but he notices the nun is in the abandoned wing of the hospital. So he goes up. They meet up. She gives him the backstory on who Freddy really is. I have to say, I enjoyed this. This was some dark, deep lore here.
I don't remember it. So.
You don't remember this?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yes, I do remember this.
Like, how do you not remember this?
Because the way, okay, sorry, I forgot. I just thought the way that they came up with how Freddy became who he was.
Just stop. We'll let you talk after. So we see, you may wonder how Freddy was even born.
How could he get this bad?
Yes. His mother, okay, she worked at this hospital. And during a holiday break.
Well, and by all accounts, very nice woman. Very liked.
Seems like a great lady. During a holiday break, she was accidentally locked in with the patients. So apparently during a holiday, they just like leave the patients.
I thought it was a jail.
No, well, it's a facility. Like,
okay,
it's a hospital, but they're like mental patients, right?
Okay, sure.
The ones we're about to talk about, these guys are bad people.
I think it's clear when we get to what happens.
So this nurse gets left in the hospital. This is Freddy's mom.
Right.
Left in the hospital with all these patients. They now hide her and abuse her over 100 times.
I thought it was 100 different people, but maybe it was 100 times.
It could be 100 different people. It was bad.
And that's how Freddy was created, if you guys read between the lines here.
Yes. Then the mother became pregnant, and as the nun says, he's the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
She was raped. Her child, Freddy, the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Yeah, so we're saying 100 different people.
100 different dudes.
That's how Freddy was created.
Crazy.
That's the craziest origin story of a killer I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot.
Why 100?
I mean, it was such like the way she told that story was so dark. So dark. So anyways, his mom is named Amanda Krueger. All right. We learned that. So she explains that Freddy can only be killed by taking his body to hollowed ground. So she gives the kind of blueprint on how we actually get rid of Freddy. It's got to be hollowed ground. All right, back with Nancy. She's with Joey at the hospital. Joey's, again, he's in a coma. So she's sitting next to the bed and she's yelling at Freddy, like, let go of Joey, like, leave him alone. And again, we see Freddy's personality here because he decides to, from Dream World, to slice Joey's stomach. And he says, come and get him, bitch.
I love it. Like it's his way of sending a message through the worlds by just slicing him up right in front of her. I thought it looked cool. It's kind of creepy too.
Yeah, I like that move.
I mean, the problem with this movie, I'm going to be honest, and a lot of these, especially this one though, I started to become a fan of Freddy, where I'm like, dude, he's doing such good work in this one, and it's fun that I kind of like him.
I mean, I understand. I understand. So Nancy now and Gordon, they get together and they reveal that there's really only one man because we're on the path. We got to find Freddy's body, get it to hollowed ground. There's only one man who knows where it is, and that is her dad, Nancy's dad. So they end up meeting him at a bar. He's kind of down bad at this point. He's a security guard. He used to be a cop, and apparently he just drinks in his uniform. It's just his life now.
He's going through it. But I'd imagine it's tough when your wife was killed by Freddy and everyone thinks she just died in her sleep.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to kill, you know.
He's got a lot going on.
He's kind of a tool, though. He just ditched his daughter, so
there's that.
Not a great guy.
Also, he's not really willing to tell them where the body is at first, so it is what it is. But during this time, the Dr. Gordon gets a page. So you may not know this. There used to be a thing called a pager that before cell phones and stuff, they would call you and it would page you. Then you go and use a payphone and call them.
Yeah, don't worry. Only doctors and drug dealers use them. So
stupid. So the kids are calling to explain that Kristen is sedated. So that Nurse Sims, she's back to the old ways of how they do business at the hospital. It's all about sedation. Put them to sleep.
Yes, and isolation. If you get in trouble, you get isolated.
Yes. So Nancy and Gordon decide now they're going to split up. Gordon's going to basically strong arm Nancy's dad, who will take him to the site to go find the kids. To find Freddy's body. Nancy is going to the hospital to help the kids.
Right. So, especially, we know Kristen's in big trouble since she's being isolated. Did we say that? She's being isolated?
Maybe we didn't. Kristen is isolated and sedated.
Yes. So yeah, Nancy's got to go back and help her girl. Even though, what does it really matter? She just go to Dream World with her? I don't know.
No, true. It gets a little muddy.
Whatever.
So Gordon Dr. Gordon stops by the church with Nancy's dad because he's got to get a crucifix and some holy water. Then Nancy's dad takes him to the auto salvage yard, and that's where Freddy's body is in the back of a caddy.
Right. You know, we're not Catholic, so I don't know. Is that a hallowed ground, by the way? Is that a Catholic thing?
I don't know.
Because I was just curious why he went and got holy water. Do you have to, maybe that's something with hollowed ground?
I mean, I think that's like the easiest way to get rid of this body is like you just throw holy water and a cross on it.
I mean, the idea is he's demonic. So yeah, holy water and a cross always works in all the movies. So
yeah,
sure. I don't know. I'm going with it.
Yeah. So Nancy gets to the hospital, gathers up the kids for one last hypnosis session. So she made it to the hospital, gets the kids. She can't see. They won't let her see Kristen by herself. I feel like I may have called her Jessica at some point.
Sure.
It's Kristen. They won't let her see her, so she gets all the other kids, and they have a plan. They're going to go into Dream World, and they're going to beat Freddy, but the plan is to stick together.
I love it. I think it's a great plan. Everyone's going to group together. I'm sure it's going to, it's going to work power in numbers, guys.
Yeah.
Not only do they have badass superpowers, but they're going to be together in Dream World.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Well, let's just find out. So their plan is like to stick together. They go to sleep. They end up in the quiet room with Kristen. So
I knew you'd come. You don't think we let you go in alone, do you?
No way. We're a team. Yeah.
it's this part is where I'm like, because they instantly fall asleep just as she falls asleep. And now instead of them meeting in the dream, they're actually in her room.
Yes.
Kind of confusing how this thing works.
Oh, it makes no sense. Are you kidding me? Who knows? This doesn't make sense at all.
Doesn't matter though, because they're only there for like a second and then they all get transported to different areas.
Yeah, like I said, Freddy is too strong for them. I mean, this dude's living in Dream World. He changes it to whatever he wants. So he's like, oh, you guys think you're strong together, split everyone up, and they fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what happens.
Now we're going to get into seeing the powers at work because everyone basically has their own little battles with Freddy. So we'll start with Kristen. She ends up actually where the movie starts. I kind of like that touch actually. Because it was kind of like weird, like, oh, we're starting over.
Yeah, full circle, bro.
Full circle. So she's in the room. Her mom comes home because her mom was out late that night. Anyways, it's not her mom.
Is her mom a prostitute?
It did seem like that. I don't think
some like vibe.
I don't think that's what it is, but she's just bringing guys home at 1 a.m.
Yeah, I mean that's a dicey
it just
move.
is what it is. Now the guy she brought home, he's a little bit of a problem because the first thing he said is "Where's the effing bourbon?" Because it's Freddy.
I said, where's the bourbon?
Dude, I like it. I like it.
Then he stabs her mom in the stomach and cuts her head off.
I mean, dude, Freddy's not playing around.
Not only does he cut her head off, he holds the head up and says, "You should listen to your mother," as the mother starts barking at the daughter.
You should listen to your mother.
God damn it, Kristen, you ruin everything every time I bring a man home, you
Dude, I told you, Freddy's in top form here. This is the best he gets.
All right, so he's terrified her. Now it's time to go for the kill. Goes for the attack, but Kristen does a backflip off the wall, jumps out the window, and then immediately tumbles down the stairs.
I mean, we crack on how stupid that is, but dude, it worked. Freddy wasn't expecting a gymnast.
I mean, it did work. Yeah. All right, now let's go to Taryn.
I mean,
okay?
it's the stupidest looking thing, though. Let's be honest. That is so stupid.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. So Taryn's the punk rocker chick. I think that's her name. Who cares, really?
Hey, guess what? It doesn't matter here in like, I don't know, 10 seconds.
Yeah. So she's the punk rocker with switchblades. So she finds Freddy outside a bar in an alley. Again, this is all dream stuff. So she's in a bar in an alley. She pulls out the dual switchblades, and we got a knife fight.
She's got 2 switchblades. This is Freddy with, what, 5? Does he have a double? Does he have 2
No,
hands?
he only has right hand.
You know what's funny? I always imagine both hands.
Maybe later he does.
Okay. Whatever. Oh, you don't have to
do the thing. Do it.
I'm gonna make myself a lion.
So actually, she does get the upper hand with the switchblades and ends up kind of stabbing him. But Freddy has some tricks up his sleeve. See, he pulls out his hands now. No more claws. Now he's got syringes, and he says, "Let's get high."
Let's get high.
Dude, this is what I love about Freddy. It's like he could have killed her anytime he wanted to, right? Like he was just messing with her. Instead of doing a traditional kill, he decides to really go deep at her, even though it's not going to matter. But he knows she used to be a drug addict, so he turns his claws into needles.
Yes, and then her arms open these like little mouths that like want the needles. That was kind of weird.
I think it was real deep.
There's
deep. Some deep stuff there.
Yeah. So anyways, he syringes her and she's dead.
Dude, honestly, one of the most savage kills. Again, he didn't have to do that.
Yeah, he's really starts knocking off these kids. Like, we're like, we got to cut down the cast here.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, plus Freddy probably doesn't like that they have these such dangerous superpowers.
Well, okay, let's get to the most dangerous superpower because Will, the wizard, meets Freddy. Again, this is the paraplegic, right?
Right.
His thing now, he's in like this long hall and there's a killer wheelchair. That's what's coming for him.
I did like that.
So,
well, again, because Freddy's torturing these kids with things that really bother them in real life.
Yeah, it's a good touch.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's savage.
Yeah. So Freddy drops the line. "It's the chair for you, kid."
Which is a great line.
Great line.
Because he's stuck in a chair in real life.
And now he's going to kill him with a chair.
Yeah, good job, Fred.
Yeah, so the chair goes for the kill on Will, but Will, being the wizard, turns into a Dracula wizard.
I am the wizard master.
It's super weird. Like his outfit is like, it's strange looking, right?
Yes.
Like he's got this huge collar. I don't know. It looked super lame, to be honest. But
I mean, again, I don't think they had a huge budget, so they're just like, we'll just throw a big jacket on this dude.
So he shoots out green electricity, blows the chair up, and then he blasts Freddy with it. And he goes in for like the kill. He like runs at him. Freddy immediately grabs him and says, "Sorry, kids. He says, "Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales," and kills him, stabs him in the stomach, death.
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales.
Dude, again, what I like is Freddy lets him think that it's working, but it never did. These kids never had a chance.
No.
Well, just takes them out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty savage. It's pretty savage.
Oh, dude, each one is equally savage in different ways.
Yeah. All right. So Nancy and Kristen meet back up when they hear the walls start to crumble around them. But it's just Kincaid, the strong guy, doing the Kool-Aid Man stuff.
Yeah, he just had to blast through the wall. Apparently there was a wall separating them. I don't know.
Couldn't just go through the door. He blows through the wall.
It's so lame, too.
Yeah.
It didn't even look good.
No. Then a door manifests in the room, and they decide, hey, let's just go through this random floating door. So
yeah,
they go
I'm sure it's not dangerous through there.
Yeah. So they end up in like a hellscape with a furnace room, and Joey's there suspended over a pit of hell. Freddy starts to drop Joey, but Nancy runs down, saves him. Then we get more Kristen gymnastics because she battles Freddy. Starts out with a double front flip kick to the chest.
So stupid. Not only an ineffective kick, right? But also it's just so corny to see this girl. It's whatever. I like it though. I do like it. It was stupid, but I enjoy it.
It's one of those things, yeah, when they shoot it, it's like, it like zooms in and it's like, you know what I mean? Just like doing these flips.
It's just such an interesting idea to make her a gymnast, because gymnasts aren't dangerous.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say she's like, it's like you could make her like a karate person, I guess, or something.
You know what this is? It's gymkata.
What's
karate?
that?
A mixture of gymnast and karate. You never saw that movie?
No.
Oh yeah, it's gymnast. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It's corny as ever, but that's what it is. Because gymnasts aren't good at. They're not good kickers.
Do you know what the kick was? I feel like in Mortal Kombat, there's somebody who does a kick like that.
Johnny Cage, Liu Kang.
Maybe it's Liu Kang.
does that like.
He does the multiple
forward?
feet though.
He can do a straight. Are you talking about the pedaling, or are you talking about a straight kick?
No, it's a straight kick.
Yeah, Liu Kang also does that, I believe.
Maybe you're right. All right, let's go back to Kincaid. So at this point, what was it? Kincaid, okay, he's attacking Kristen or something. Kincaid grabs a metal pipe, like he rips something off the wall and just like hits him with it, but gets picked up by Freddy, right? Freddy just grabs him. Nancy grabs a pole, stabs Freddy through the stomach. It's like an iron rod. Freddy pulls it out and licks it.
Well, because that's the thing, and I don't know if they anticipated this. Can Freddy be killed in his own dream? I don't think so. I think he kind of just lets you do whatever he wants you to do.
Yeah.
He likes to scare you, so it's like he's going to make you think you have him beat maybe. Maybe you've hurt him, but in reality, he's in control the whole time, and none of that mattered.
True. So Freddy explains at this point that the souls, they're like, he's so powerful. And he says, like, the souls of the children are what give him strength. And then he shows them skin, pulls up the shirt, and he's got like kids' faces yelling in it.
Dude, that was gnarly. That was some dark stuff.
The souls of the children give me strength.
I know, that was really dark.
I mean, so the idea is the kids' souls have been trapped in Freddy, which is kind of depressing. Well, I guess they're gonna get. Well, here we'll get there.
All right. So just then, Freddy drops Kincaid because he senses his skeleton, his bones are being messed with. He can somehow feel that that's going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So by the way, during this whole dream fight sequence, which honestly was just lambs at the slaughter, it was a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
We can all admit that now. If they would have just not fallen asleep, Freddy would have. Well, we're gonna see. Well, we won't jump in the end. But while all the dream fight's happening, we have the doctor who's trying to put the bones in hollowed ground.
Yeah, again, he's at the like auto salvage yard with Nancy's dad. Yes. Okay, so they're there, but they hear something. So this is at the same time Freddy hears them. They hear something at the auto yard. And we got us a maximum overdrive situation.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, all the cars start turning their lights on and the doors open, all that junk.
Yeah, there's something going on here. So Gordon goes to bury the bones quickly. As he goes to grab the bones, Freddy skeleton arrives.
Dude, this is crazy.
This is a full skeleton coming to life.
And guys, back then, there's CGI. I mean, there wasn't CGI.
No, this is like claymation or something.
Yeah, dude, it's gnarly looking. I will say though, there's something, I don't know if it's like nostalgia. I do enjoy it. It's the corniest looking thing in the world.
I agree. I like it too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the skeleton comes to life. He ends up impaling Nancy's dad on a busted up car. Just like lifts him up, throws him on a car. Nancy's dad dead.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Yep.
Which, whatever.
Then he beats Gordon down with a shovel, knocks him into the grave that Gordon had dug for Freddy's bones, and starts to bury him.
That's what I love about the savageness. He could have just beat him, could have just killed him right there, really, if he wanted to. But no, he starts burying the guy, just throwing dirt on him.
I did like that. And then we get a crazy skeleton cheer.
A cheer?
Yeah, like he like celebrates. You have to watch it.
Oh, I'll show it to them right now.
Yeah. It's just like out there.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, back in Dream World, Nancy, Kristen, Kincaid, and Joey now. They're all together. Okay, again, Kincaid's the strong guy, Joey's the mute guy. You know the other two. They end up finding a mirror room, and Freddy starts pulling them all in through mirrors. He's like taking one by one. They're all kind of disappearing, except Joey, who figures out his superpower, and that is to be able to yell really loud.
Oh, Joey the mute.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
So he screams, breaks all the mirrors, frees all his friends. Nancy has one of the most premature celebrations ever because she's like, oh, it's all over. It's like, why?
It's over.
Yeah, he just broke mirrors.
He just broke mirrors.
This is freaking Freddy, bitch.
Yeah. So at that point, her ghost dad appears and tells her he loves her. So the dad that died now is in the dream. He manifests.
Okay. This is so funny. Because, I mean, again, the savageness of for this Freddy. Obviously, this isn't really her dad.
No.
So the dad's dead, and the dad's doing like a final goodbye. Because, like, hey, he's died. She doesn't even know that.
She doesn't know he's dead.
And so it's just Freddy coming down to let her know, and then just to flip it on her, because then he's going to obviously reveal himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that is brutal.
It's Freddy.
So bad. The manipulation tactics he uses are just, I mean, I think he's the most ruthless killer in any movie. Like mentally ruthless.
Yeah, he takes it to another level.
Like next level torture.
Yeah, not just killing people. He wants to torture you.
Yeah.
Your soul.
Yeah, he likes to play.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah,
like
it's a fake. Yeah, cool. It's a fake dad. He ends up, Freddy stabs her through the stomach.
Die.
Knocks her down, grabs Kristen, throws her down. Nancy jumps on top, actually grabs his own claws and stabs him into Freddy's stomach.
Nancy grabs his own claws.
Nancy grabs Freddy claws into his stomach.
It's just funny. I mentioned because I do when I'm editing stuff, I'll hear you say something and it's like, yeah, Freddy grabs Freddy and puts him inside himself. And I'm like, what? You do that where you just mix the names up?
Horrible.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I like it. So wait, Nancy grabs Freddy's claws and stabs who?
Freddy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, there we go. At the
there we go. You got it.
At the salvage yard, Gordon has gotten out of the grave. So again, he got knocked down and buried. He got out, grabs Freddy's bones, says a prayer, throws them in, dumps holy water, throws a crucifix. Freddy explodes in Dream World.
That's it. He's gone.
Spirits rest.
Kristen is left holding Dream Nancy. So again, Nancy is dying in the dream. Kristen gives a beautiful speech that she's not gonna die. She's gonna dream up a beautiful dream for her to live in forever and ever.
Like, do you have the ability to do that?
Right.
And I think she just is dead.
Yeah.
Which actually was, we kind of glossed over. Freddy's gone now, right? So theoretically, Freddy should be gone forever. His bones are in hollowed ground or whatever. He's gone. That's legit. He's not coming back in this one. And they took out Nancy. I was shocked by that.
And her dad.
I mean, her dad, who cares about her dad? Is whatever. But her, like, that surprised me. Like, she was like kind of the main character of the movie.
I think we should have to tie that one up.
It was over. She had her run.
Yeah, I mean, she did great.
She did. She came back. She helped. Well, did she do great though? She just got more kids killed, you know?
She did get a lot of kids killed.
No one had to fight Freddy. That was never going to work. If they just did the bones technique on its own, that would have been fine.
That is true.
That's what's confusing, though, because I started thinking, Freddy, when he fought the dad and the doctor as bones, at that point, it's not a dream. He's just in real life fighting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of gets like muddied on what he can do.
Yeah.
Apparently everything.
Well, like the last movie, he did a lot more of that kind of stuff. This movie, I liked it better because they contained him in the dream. But here, let's finish this out. So Gordon's at Nancy's funeral. He sees the nun, follows her over to a grave where she disappears. The nun is Amanda Krueger, Freddy's mom.
The woman who's been with 100 guys at once. Dude, that's crazy, though. I didn't expect that. That was a good little twist to it.
I actually thought that was a really good twist.
Yeah, it was interesting. So she was trying to help. I mean, apparently she knows her son's an F-up.
Yeah, I mean, to say the least. So anyways, now we're with Gordon. He's sleeping peacefully in bed with Kristen's paper mache house above him. That is actually Nancy's house.
Yes.
When a light turns on.
I did love that. It's just a subtle touch. It's not over.
It's not over, but that's the end of the movie.
But this movie is over.
All right, final rating. What you got?
Dude, here's the thing. Is this a good movie? No. I mean, it's not. It's not. The superpowers are just idiotic. Even the storyline, their whole idea of fighting Freddy never really didn't really matter. All the kids just get taken out anyways. Doesn't matter because I had a blast with it. I thought it was stupid, but it was fun. My favorite version of Freddy yet. Like, Freddy was hilarious and just savage and ruthless and just evil in a fun way, though. I'm going to drop a 7.5.
Ooh, 7. Yeah, I don't even know if I could give Freddy's... I mean, I like these movies, but he's not my favorite. Like, this style, the dream stuff, I like the slasher stuff just better. Just straight up, like, a menacing killer, you know?
Yes, I agree with you. Oh, well, I'll say this. If we're talking about killers, I like the Freddy personality. I just think he's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's just ruthless, which I find entertaining. But the fact that there's like no rules. So it gets like kind of all over the place. Whereas like if you're in a Friday the 13th movie, they built rules around it. So you kind of know what's going to happen. These movies just go all over. Like we're fighting, we got kids in dreams with stupid power. Like it's insane.
Yeah, true.
So anyways, yes, I understand.
All right. I like this movie a lot. I mean, honestly, it's my favorite so far out of all the Freddy movies. Like you said, it definitely went straight up cornball with the freaking superpowers. I was worried about that mental institute, but I actually liked all the characters. They kind of, I mean, you didn't build too much story with them, but I did like that they bonded together to fight Freddy. Having Nancy come back was pretty good, although I don't buy that she was really some big doctor. She kind of seemed clueless most of the time.
It did not seem like she did well in her studies. I'll tell you, to piggyback what you said about the mental institute, it was lighthearted throughout the movie, I would say.
Yeah. It wasn't like a super dark movie at all.
Aside from all the killing.
The murder. I think this movie had some amazing kills, like the puppet master, the TV. Freddy's lines were just out of this world. Like
on point. For sure.
He was killing them, dude. In more than one way. You know,
pun intended.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was good, and there is like a whole deeper, and we're not going to go too much into it, but there is definitely some like deeper meaning stuff going on with the kids killing themselves, and then like how the staff's not listening to them, and there's like the traditional thinking, like that one Dr. Sims. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but there was definitely like an undertone of a deeper meaning.
Since you went here, I want to know, what was your deeper meaning about the Freddy worm?
We're going to talk about it because let's get into some interesting facts. Number one, Wes Craven originally had a much darker script. So Wes Craven, the creator of Nightmare on Elm Street, originally wrote a very dark script for Dream Warriors. His version focused on teens in mental hospital who couldn't tell if Freddy was real or just a shared delusion, and had much more intense psychological horror. Studio thought too bleak, so it was rewritten to include dream superpowers.
At the last minute, probably. Just threw it in there. Yeah, that I wouldn't want to watch that. I don't like the dark scripts. Like, I don't like a too serious movie. I like to keep it lighthearted, though.
It could be like a really good horror movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to say. But I mean, dream superpowers. I mean, what did Wes Craven say to that when they brought him? Like, hey, we get your psychological horror take. How about some superpowers?
Dude, that's a funny thing. It's easy to look back on this now because, we're used to these 80s movies. They're corny. And so you kind of expect it. But at the moment when if you went to the theater to watch this and you find out they have these superpowers, which are just like karate and gymnasts or whatever, I wonder what your thought would be coming out of that movie.
I don't know. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. All right. Next one. The "Welcome to Primetime, bitch" line was improvised. So Freddy's most famous one-liner, "Welcome to Primetime, bitch," was completely improvised by Robert Englund. The original script just had Freddy smashing Jennifer into the TV, but Englund added the line. Filmmakers loved it so much they kept it in the final cut.
Dude, shout out to him, man. He nailed it. Because like that, those type of lines is what makes Freddy to me. That's what I love about him.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, move on.
Patricia Arquette, first major film role. So Dream Warriors marked Patricia Arquette's feature film debut. She later went on to become an Academy Award-winning actress. I'm going to be honest, I don't really even know who that is. She was Jennifer in the movie.
Who's
the one that won? I think she's the one that wanted to be a movie star.
Oh, you know what? She looks like Renee Zellweger.
I know.
Is Patricia Arquette? Is she the one that plays Chucky's wife? What's her name? Is that Zellweger?
No,
that's not Zellweger. Who plays Chucky? You know what I'm saying?
We don't need to get into it.
You're the next one.
Okay, so side note, she actually broke her nose while filming the scene where Freddy drags her across the floor. I don't remember Freddy dragging her across the floor, but apparently that happened.
Whatever.
Okay, Freddy's snake almost looked like, So the giant Freddy snake that tries to swallow Kristen originally looked too much like a penis, causing the effects team to repaint it to look less explicit. The scene, however, remains one of the most horrifying elements of the movie, with Freddy's massive snake-like head engulfing Kristen's body.
I mean, that's hilarious. I didn't notice the penis thing, but now that we're saying it, sure. That is really funny. Weird. I'll show you guys. You guys let us know in the comments. Wait, by the way, Jennifer Tilly is who I was thinking of. Who plays the bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
I knew that. I don't know how I forgot.
The film was almost a direct sequel to the original. Dream Warriors ignored A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. It was written as a direct sequel to the first movie. It brought back Nancy Thompson and revealed Freddy's backstory, including his mother, Amanda Krueger, and how he was conceived through a very horrific assault. The film expanded the mythology of Freddy Krueger and introduced concepts using dream powers. Okay, we already know all that. And apparently that's a theme in the future, later sequels.
What?
Dream powers.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to watch them because I'm down for stupid. Like, this was a fun little ride. I just love that they're like, yeah, let's have Freddy's backstory is like his mom gets assaulted by not one, not 10, 100 mentally unstable people.
Well, yeah, and it's like, and she's locked in with them, and she's like their little pet that they just do horrible things to.
And from that was created an evil Freddy, which I don't know if it works like that, but okay.
Well, it worked this time. Anyways, that is our review of not Friday the 13th. I say it all the time.
Did it.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors.
Thanks for hanging out. Please, if you want to help us, we'd love a review. This help as well. Thanks to our patrons. And thanks for hanging out and listening.
All right, guys. Catch you later.
See ya.